Welcome back. We're with Marilyn Leyland and Walter Ruttman of the Peoria Historical Society. Folks, what are some of the other events that you schedule during the year, and what are their significance to Peoria?
Well, there are a number of events. One of the events that we have had in the last few years is our Centenarian Recognition Dinner. We have been recognizing centenarian organizations for many, many years. There are actually well over 100 of them on our website, which is PeoriaHistoricalSociety.org. A centenarian organization is an organization, not just a business or a company, but they could be an organization that's been in existence continually for 100 years. An example of an organization, not a business, is last year, or this year, currently this year, we celebrated the 100th anniversary of the Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, okay.
When I say continuous existence and operation, they do not have to have the same name. As an example, Holt Tractor Company is an example of a company that we celebrated last year, their 100th year. We're looking forward to, in 2013, having the downtown Peoria Rotary Club recognized as a centenarian organization. This is a group of organizations that we bring together. This year there were 10, last year there were 20, and we have the dinner. We talk about each one of those companies, recognize them, have pictures and so on, get people involved in those organizations. Then we also, for these new organizations we've been putting in, we're trying to go back in time, and is get their histories and put it behind the names on the website, so that when people go out to the website and look at the companies, they can also then get a little bit of history about the company. It's not just a list of names, so we've expanded that. Now, another thing that we've done is our events. This year it was Night at the Majestic, which is a dress-up event, dress-in costume, celebrating that period. It was a vaudeville era. Last year we did the Gatsby, the Great Gatsby, and it tied in with Peoria Reads, and it also tied in with the Prohibition era. Sure. People came in gangster outfits and flapper outfits and so on. Again, you had mentioned earlier, experiencing history, and that is exactly what we're trying to do, is give people an opportunity to really get a feel for the history, experience it, live it, and get a sense, not just looking at pictures and reading things in a book.
But when you do these events, you really have to put a lot of research into them to make sure they're historically accurate, right?
To a great extent, yes. I mean, that is our mission, is the accuracy of the historical information. So even when we talk about our centenarian organizations, we research these organizations before they are contacted, and we ask them to confirm their longevity and experience over time. So sometimes we find out that they had gone out of business or were not actively in business for a number of years, the changing of a family member or whatever, and therefore they were not eligible, even though we might have thought they had been earlier. So.
And you said there's over 100?
There's 100 centenarian organizations that we have recognized over the years.
That have been in continuous?
That's correct, in continuous. And the number seems to be growing.
What's the oldest?
The oldest goes back to...
I'm not sure.
Say offhand, the Journal Star is one that we've recognized because it, and it had a number of iterations, but certainly pre-Civil War. So they're
it's one of the earlier ones.
One of the earlier.
Isn't one of the oldest companies also Lucas Steel?
Oh, definitely. Yes. That has a very long, distinguished history, and you can look around town and see their work, whether you're out at Springdale Cemetery or all over town.
Another event that Marilyn can talk about is the Candlelight, which is something that...
Yes. We've been doing Christmas Candlelight at Pettingill Morin House for more than 30 years. It is the first 2 weekends of December. It is the Friday and Saturday evening, 6 to 8, Sunday 2 to 4. Theme this year is Home for the Holidays, Come Home for the Holidays. And it's a great way to start off your December with a tour of the house. It's a Victorian house, 1868, furnished by a historic Peoria family, one of the early pioneers. Miss Moran's family home was down where Interstate 74 came through.
Okay.
And so she moved those artifacts. It's also where Jack Lemmon married Cynthia Stone in 1952. So depending on how old you are, you say, right here was a movie star's wedding in Peoria, but it has all of Miss Moran's family things. A couple of years ago, they were bringing out some of her lovely clothing that's still in the house. But it'll be come home for the holidays, and it's a family event. Bring the children.
Okay.
And then, anyway, next year is 2012, the 200th anniversary of the War of 1812, a symposium in East Peoria, sponsored by the State Historical Society with cooperation of a number of the area historical societies.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have to take a break now. When we come back, we'll ask about the Historical Society's how it sustains itself and what its needs are, whether it be funding, volunteer help, or what have you. But first, here is the Peorian's own literary and culinary guy, Kevin Kaiser.
Hey, it's your old buddy Kevin here to talk about things of a literary and culinary nature. First off, literature. Now you might have noticed that I'm trying to focus on books and novels that are short in nature. That's not in deference to my height nor attention span, but it's due to the fact that in this world of internets and web tubes and face Googles, most people today don't have the bandwidth for 800-page novels, no matter how great they may be. So today we're taking a look at classic shorts. I know you're saying, Kevin, I have no interest in dwarf actors. Let me stop you right there. First, I'm talking about classic short novels, and second, what do you mean you don't like dwarf actors? Everybody loves dwarf actors. Have you seen Warwick Davis? I mean, he was brilliant in Willow, Harry Potter, and Extras. But I digress. Anyway, reading these short classic novels will give you instant literary credibility, which is what we all desire in life, that and finding a good dry cleaner. Our first classic short is Sherwood Anderson's Winesburg, Ohio, a classic of American literature consisting of a series of short vignettes about life in small-town America, something we can appreciate here in Central Illinois. Only 250 pages, that. Another one is The Great Gatsby. No explanation needed, straight up classic, and another film adaptation is in the works, so now's the perfect time to jump in, and it's only 182 pages. Want some Hemingway? Got your Hemingway right here, The Old Man and the Sea. Again, title pretty much says it all, and at only 127 pages, it's a literary bargain. Where else are you going to get that type of quality for 127 pages? Nowhere, my friend. And if that doesn't interest you, let me show you something in an Orwell. Say Animal Farm, again a classic. Sometimes people are intimidated by Orwell, but this allegorical novel is brilliant and crisp, and at 128 pages, how can you go wrong? So now to the culinary world. At the time we're recording this, we haven't announced our second Kaiser party of 4. Quite frankly, we have a lot of restaurants, and it's difficult to choose who's next, but by the time this airs, we'll have already recorded the second episode. So it's kind of hard for me to do a promo in the past now, which is my now, not your now, which is now when you're watching. So I'll just have to make the best of it and hope Mike can fix it in post. So here we go. Hey, don't miss our next Kaiser Party of 4 where we visit
Kelleher's,
a place that's known for
fine Irish food.
So check it out right now. That's all from the literary and culinary side of things for this week, but before we go, we'd like to thank our new sponsor, Hellman's Honey Mustard, in the Easy Out nonstick package. It's perfect for sandwiches and pretzels, but I think it's fine all by itself.